Hello, friends. Today, I stand before you to discuss a topic that is often overlooked, misunderstood, and sometimes even feared: the profound role of failure in our journey to success. We live in a world that glorifies achievements, celebrates victories, and highlights the stories of those who have made it. But what about the struggles, the setbacks, and yes, the failures that pave the way to those accomplishments? Let me share a truth with you. Failure is not the opposite of success. Rather, it is an integral part of it. In fact, it is often said that failure is the stepping stone to success. Each one of us, regardless of our background, profession, or aspirations, has faced failure at some point in our lives. What matters most is not the failure itself, but how we respond to it. In this speech, I will guide you through the complex relationship between failure and success, illustrating how it can be a powerful teacher and motivator. We will explore inspiring stories of individuals who turn their failures into valuable lessons, how to cultivate a mindset that embraces failure, and practical steps you can take to learn and grow from your setbacks. So, let's embark on this journey together to redefine our perception of failure, turning it from a source of fear into a valuable tool for our advancement. Understanding Failure 1. Defining failure. What does failure mean? Different contexts of failure: personal, professional, academic, etc. Common reactions to failure: fear, denial, shame, and how these impede growth. 2. The historical context. Examples of successful figures who faced significant failures before achieving success. For example, Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, Albert Einstein. Discuss the societal stigma associated with failure and how perceptions have evolved. 3. Why we fear failure. The psychological impact of failure and fear of judgment. The implications of a perfectionist mindset and the pressure to succeed. How societal norms and expectations influence our view of failure. 4. Shifting perspectives. How we can change our definition of failure from a negative outcome to a learning opportunity. The concept of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, as popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, Learning from Failure 1. The lessons embedded in failure. Identifying the lessons learned from failed experiences, reflecting on personal failures, what went wrong, and how it could be done better too. Real-life examples. Case studies of well-known individuals who experienced failure, e.g., Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs. Analysis of what these individuals learned and how they used that knowledge for future success. 3. Embracing failure as feedback. The importance of feedback in personal and professional growth. How to collect constructive feedback from failures and use it for improvement. 4. The process of recovery. Discuss strategies for coping with failure, e.g., self-compassion, reframing thoughts, seeking support. Importance of perseverance. How resilience fuels success. Cultivating a failure-embracing mindset. 1. Building resilience. Techniques for developing resilience in the face of failure, e.g., mindfulness practices, stress management. How to cultivate emotional strength to handle setbacks and continue moving forward. 2. Creating a safe environment for failure. Encouraging cultures of experimentation and risk-taking in workplaces and communities. How mentorship and support systems can foster a climate where failure is accepted. 3. Setting realistic expectations. Balancing ambition with the understanding that failure is part of the process. Importance of breaking goals into smaller, achievable steps to mitigate the fear of large failures. Taking action after failure 1. Reflect and analyze. Steps to effectively analyze what led to failure without self-blame. The importance of journaling, discussion, or therapy in processing setbacks. 2. Set new goals. Creating actionable, realistic goals after a setback. The significance of resilience in pivoting from one's initial course of action. 3. Moving forward with new insights. Encouraging a forward-focused mindset. How to build on the insights gained from failure. Real-life examples of businesses or individuals who have pivoted successfully after a failure. Conclusion. In conclusion, failure is not a brick wall that halts our progress. It is a stepping stone that paves the way to greatness. Each failure you encounter is an invitation to learn, grow, and become stronger. It is a chance to build resilience, adapt your strategies, and move closer to your dreams. I urge you to redefine your relationship with failure. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it guide you towards success. As you journey through life, remember that it is not the stumbles along the way that define you, but how you rise again, how you dust yourself off and forge ahead with newfound wisdom. Celebrate your failures as much as you celebrate your successes, for they are intertwined in the magnificent dance of life. Thank you.